Well, all right. Hello, everyone, and happy Tuesday. It's digital host A.J. Wuest here, welcoming you back to Before the Four. Of course, the live stream where I go through some of 48's top news stories, and then some before our 4 o'clock newscast. I say, without further ado, we just go ahead and jump in, and obviously it is cold here in the Tennessee Valley, no doubt about it. Today we have First Alert meteorologist Jada Russell in the house. Jada, it is so cold out there.
It definitely is, and we're not going to get much warmer tonight. So here's what we're expecting to look at for the next 12 hours. As you can see there's a good deal of our temperatures sticking around those 30s. Nice and chilly as we go through the rest of our day. So looking at some low in 30s. If you're planning to get out for the Huntsville parade tonight, it's going to be chilly. So please, please, please bundle up and use your best judgment as you're outside. It will be windy as well. As we go through the rest of the night, we'll see those 20s get back into the forecast around the 4 a.m. hours, and then some lows for this week. We're expected to see a good deal of these continue to be, I forgot we're on a different monitor today, but we'll see a lot of our lows continue to be around those 20s. A good portion of us will see some 40s throughout the rest of the week as far as our highs go, but rain chances will return on Friday, and that will push us back into an even cooler weekend. So tune in at 4, 5, and 6 for a full look at your forecast tonight. Thanks, AJ.
Well, awesome. Good deal. Position, we might need to work that through a little bit. Yeah. But that is awesome. And also, don't forget, tonight there is Weather Extra. Are you doing it tonight, Jada?
It'll be Brad.
It'll be Brad tonight? All right, well, perfect. Let me pull up that graphic there. You see it right there on screen. 48 First Alert Weather Extra tonight at 9:30. Of course, Chief Meteorologist Brad Travis, he'll be back here and he'll have all the latest he's seeing on the radar. Definitely cold out there. I had to bust out the jacket today because it is no joke how cold it is. I'm missing summer right about now, no doubt about it, but just not going to want to miss it. 48 First Alert Weather Extra. But now let's move into some of the day's top news stories. And one person was injured after a crash on Winchester Road in Huntsville this morning. Now, Don Webster with HIMSI tells us it happened around 8:30 this morning. He says the victim was taken to Huntsville Hospital where he is expected to be okay. And now turning over to a story in case you missed it, in Madison, city leaders and residents say they're seeing an increase in mail thefts lately. Madison police say they've been receiving reports of people stealing checks from residents' mailboxes. 48's Noah Cowell spoke with them and has more. Let's take a look.
Mail theft, which is a federal crime, isn't just limited to porch piracy around the holidays. Residents have sent checks in the mail just for thieves to take them and try to fraudulently cash them. Madison police told me multiple residents in the Balch Road area have recently reported checks stolen out of their mailboxes.
It tends to increase around this time due to people sending out checks and gift cards and various forms of money for Christmas gifts. They have various ways to take names off the check of whoever it's written to, or if it's written to somebody else. And then what they do is they put their name on it or some other person's name on it, and then they're cashing it themselves fraudulently.
William McCutcheon, who lives close to downtown Madison, also had his check stolen over a month ago. McCutcheon is thankful his bank caught the suspicious activity because the thief altered the check from just $100 to $1,200. He told me he's still mad that this happened.
The results were I had to close up a banking account and open up a new account and notify all the automatic depositors and the automatic withdrawals about the new check. And that's been a process that's gone on for probably a month and a half to get it all done. I do not put checks in the mail to pay bills anymore.
Madison police told me they haven't had any recent arrests tied to these thefts. They're urging everyone to handle their payments through the phone, online, or just going to the post office directly. Reporting in Madison, Noah Cowell, 48 News, on your side.
Well, now in Morgan County, there are more women on the force than ever before. The Morgan County Sheriff's Office now consists of 16% women. 48's Callie Nee spoke with those women. Let's take a listen to what they had to say about being on the force.
Morgan County Sheriff's Office officials tell me that 8 out of the 50 law enforcement officers are women, making up about 16% of their team. This is an all-time high for them. 3 of those women tell me this was their calling, and it's important to them that they follow that calling. But it wasn't always easy.
Well, I'll be ugly truth about it. The academy was the worst 3 months of my life.
All 3 women I spoke with told me that they had hiccups in the academy. Some were even told they'd never make it in law enforcement.
Still to this day, I will have people say, well, you don't look like a cop. And I'm like, what does a cop look like?
But they didn't let that tear them down. In fact, they used it as a motivator. When I asked them what they would say to the people who told them that they can't do it, this is what they said.
I would say thank you because it gave me the fuel to be who I am today.
I would have to also say, thank you. Thank you for giving me the fuel and the motivation to do this. Because on days when I wanted to give up, those words were in the back of my mind, which pushed me to try even harder. So I would say thank you, and look at me now.
Sheriff Puckett adds that women bring a whole new perspective to the force.
They're out here serving our citizens 7 days a week, performing duties that other ladies probably would never do, risking their lives for our citizens, and I'm very thankful and blessed to have them on our team.
Investigator Erica Enriquez told me if you are interested in law enforcement, whether you are a woman or you are a man, give it all you've got, adding that that is where you are supposed to be. Reporting in Morgan County, Callie Neese, 48 News, on your side.
And with that, we're going to roll into break, but coming up, last night, many here in Alabama celebrated the 70-year anniversary of Rosa Parks refusing to give up her seat on a bus in Montgomery. We'll talk about it in 1 minute. All right, the break is over, y'all. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Before the Four. Now, 70 years ago from yesterday, Rosa Parks refused to give up her seat on a bus in Montgomery, leading to the Montgomery bus boycott, which began the modern civil rights movement. Church bells rang out last night to honor Parks and the foot soldiers of the civil rights movement. WSFA's Nay Remy takes us to that ceremony.
Most stories about Rosa Parks start on a bus. But this one starts with a walk. From Dexter Avenue, King Memorial Baptist Church, to the museum that bears her name.
Her refusal to surrender her seat did more than ignite the Montgomery bus boycott. It birthed a movement.
70 years ago, Rosa Parks sat in a seat she paid for and was told to give it away. For saying no, Parks was arrested. Back then, the first 10 rows of every Montgomery bus were for white riders only. The back, 10 for black riders, and the middle, well, that depended on who walked in next.
You see everybody, when I say everybody, I mean African Americans, white people, everybody using public transport. That's what Rosa was fighting for.
Black riders made up 75% of the bus system, and when they stopped riding, the city felt it. Now every December 1st at 6:06 p.m., the bells ring.
That's because at this exact time, 70 years ago, Rosa Parks refused to stand up. The city stands still to honor her.
I'm grateful that people are not pulled off the bus and raped rather than taken to jail today. I'm grateful that you can sit in a place on the bus that you can, and that we have bus drivers of all colors driving the buses today.
And even now, it's evident that a quiet act from a seamstress on a crowded bus can still echo loud enough to move a city forward.
Incredible ceremony there down in Montgomery. But now let's talk about the stories you're just not going to want to miss coming up in our evening newscast. Black bears in Fort Payne and the punishment residents could receive for feeding them. 48's Will Eldridge will have that story coming up. A school superintendent in the Shoals pushing for a larger sales tax. Aria Pons will have those details. And finally, the latest on the Thanksgiving Day crash along I-65 that tragically left a woman dead. And these are just a few of the stories you're just not going to want to miss coming up in our evening newscast. And it is time, y'all. Y'all know what time it is. Let me pull it up. It is time for Facebook Fun, of course. And we are continuing yesterday's question because you all had super awesome comments, super awesome responses to yesterday's question. I could probably do this for the rest of the week, just stick with this question and keep shouting out y'all's awesome comments. But of course, that question, as you see on screen here, what is the best Christmas movie? What is your all-time favorite? Let's see what you all had to say. It's hard to believe it's already December 2nd. Like, Christmas is later this month. That is so hard for me to believe. But let's see what y'all had to say. Robert Nelson, he said A Christmas Carol. An absolute classic there. I feel like I say an absolute classic all the time, but it really is an awesome movie there. I love A Christmas Carol. One of my all-time favorites, of course. Robert, awesome choice there. Let's see what else y'all had to say. Kelly Brooks said The Polar Express. Now, me and The Polar Express, we go back a long time, no doubt about it. I remember being in elementary school and having a movie day. It was always around the holidays. We would all meet in the library at my middle school or elementary school, and we would have hot chocolate and we would watch The Polar Express. And we would always get that hot chocolate on the hot cocoa scene when they're on the train and they're passing out hot chocolate. So great memories there, great memories watching that movie, of course, growing up. I love The Polar Express as well. Thank you so much for commenting, Kelly. Let's see, Brandy Glass. She said Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. And yes, that's another movie. I feel like out of the womb I was watching that movie. An awesome pick there, a classic. I love Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, of course. Brandy, thank you so much. Suzanne Wheat, she said It's a Wonderful Life. And it's a long movie, absolutely. It's what, like 3 hours? But it is an amazing movie. If you haven't seen It's a Wonderful Life, I highly recommend it. Sit through it all, watch it all. You will not regret it. An awesome, awesome film right there. It is a wonderful life. It's a wonderful film, no doubt. Thank you, Suzanne. And then Melissa, she has a lot of choices, a lot of picks. The Holiday, The Family Stone, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. We've already mentioned that one, of course. Home Alone 1 and 2. I personally love the first Home Alone. It is so funny. That is another one of my favorite Christmas movies. Of course, you gotta have A Christmas Story. So many iconic quotes in that one, iconic scenes. Elf, gotta have Elf. I mean, come on, Will Ferrell, he is hilarious. So many to choose from, that is right. And Melissa says, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, Melissa. Thank you so much for commenting on our 48 Facebook question. You all had super awesome comments, awesome taste in movies, it looks like, from you all. But y'all, that is just about all the time I have for today's Before the Four, but make sure to stick around for our evening newscast. Of course, Weather Extra going on later on tonight at 9:30, and of course, we'll have our 10 o'clock newscast right after. But that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching and spending a bit of your Tuesday afternoon here. I hope you have a great rest of your day. And as always, thank you so much for watching. You all have a great night.